19th of June, Rabbi Levitt, Pele, Yoetz.
Okay. Ezra Hashem. Welcome to everybody. Eliezer, are you here today?
I am here today.
Wow. Shalom Aleichem. Glad to have you back.
Good to be back.
Okay. Baruch Hashem. Very nice. So we are yes, we have finished this section of Yamin. Around on page 382, I believe we finished that, and we now going to Yonkei Shadayim, nursing infants, on page 382 of the English, and on the Helio in the Hebrew editions, whichever your edition, what page number I don't know, but it follows Yaldus and then Yamin, and then from Yamin it goes to Yonkei Shadayim.
Yep. I got it.
Okay, very good. So we honor Eliezer with starting off.
Okay.
Yonkei Shadayim.
Yonkei Shadayim. Isa b'Zohar Kodesh. It says in the Zohar Kodesh, "Kishehaisha mishtameshes ima bala lo tonik es bina ad sheyavo kmo chatzi shah." That if a woman has relations with her husband, she should not go to nurse her child until about a half hour has passed. Yimayeled bocha briacha shah sagi, and if the child is crying for a long time, a long time, she can go mishum tsara de yanuka. She could nurse him earlier because of the pain of the child. V'rabim ein yodim me'isur zeh, and most people don't know about this isur. V'tzeil mad, and come and learn kama chashashu al tsara diyanuka achi tiru sad midud isur mishum tsara. Come and learn how much we are concerned on the tsar of the nursing child until we permit this isser that we permit going over this isser because of the pain of the child.
Right, just that he says, okay.
Ubavadai she'osa hanashim she'manichos es yaldehem yanuk shadayim v'yichbez man rav achigmru is kahen o ad avre my the bo. And it's true that these women who are nursing their children, nurse their children when they're crying, after they've been crying for a long time, until they make the children wait a long time until they have finished what they're doing. Is that what
they leave them. Manichos. Manichos is yaldehem yonkei shadayim sheyivku. They leave them to they leave their children who are nursing children who need to nurse sheyivku, that they can cry. Let them cry. Man rav, a long time.
Until they finish their whatever they're doing.
Achigmru is kehem, right?
The sidus liten esadin. And in the future, they will be judged for this?
Yes, that's what he says.
These hero besfarim, and it's warned in the Sfarim Shalo Tinik Zman Harbe Es Abanim that you should not nurse the children for a long time. Shagorim Lahem Shiyu Tipshim, because it will delay their development. Yisnach Simona Rachis Bikure Ad Mosecha Tavi Beis Hashem Elokecha Lo Tavashel Gedid Bechalevi Mo. And we have a simon for this in the pasuk in Shmos. The first fruits of your possession of your land, you should bring to Beis Elokim, into the Beis Hamikdash. You should not cook a kid in its mother's milk. Amnam, therefore, elu devarim she'en lahem shir. Among these things that don't have a limit, a fixed limit, shim hayeled havlad. I'm sorry, shim havlad chalish lo yakdim ligmor mimenu chachalev. That if a child is suffering,
weak.
Is weak, right? You should not take the milk away from him. Shigorm lo shel olam yiyeh cholish, because he will continue to be weak.
Lo yakdim ligmol. Don't be so fast to ligmol, to wean him off from the mother's milk.
Right, to stop him from nursing. Shigorm lo shel olam yiyeh cholish, because if you do that, it will cause him to be weak permanently.
Yeah.
Ukvar Yisupar Maisib Adam Gadol Echad, and we are told the story of a Adam Gadol, one Adam Gadol. Jalachar Kamashanim Shinipatir Ba Begilgul Kashel Lispol Ansho Al Sha'asa Sheyotze Chachalev Mibno Kodem Zmano Kadei Shelo Yetipesh. That so after many years, he stopped. Kasha. I'm not quite sure what he's saying. I don't know what the story is about.
Yeah. Let's see. Where what this try to translate it. It's been told about the story of an Adam Gadol, one Adam Gadol. Many years after he was already nifter, Boba Gilgul Kasher, he came in a Gilgul Kasher, Lisbol Onsho, to bear his onish. Al she'asa, on this that he did, she'otziu hachalav mibnoi, that he took away the milk from his son, kodem zmanu, before the appropriate time, kedei shelo yeh tipesh, because of his concern that the child should be should not have any wisdom. Tipesh is somebody that has no wisdom, and so like Pele Yoetz himself said above, that one should not have the child nursed zman harbe. He didn't tell us how much that was, but he said that shegarim lehem shiyu tipshim. It causes excessive length of nursing. I think he means not in terms of the amount of time at each nursing session that the mother has with the child, but it means past 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. That's what it means, zman harbe.
Right.
Not if the child needs and the mother still has milk, of course the child will. It's nothing. There's nothing improper about the child continuing to have a long session of nursing. There's nothing wrong with that. But in any case, so that's the so over here this is what happened. What?
Too long for Gorm Loshi Cholish Kol Yamav. But
Right. Gorum, yes.
Because that he would be weak all his days. So there's a fine balance about how much nursing you should do, and you shouldn't cut it off too long, and you shouldn't let it. You shouldn't cut it off too early, and you shouldn't let it last too long.
Wow.
Okay. Utstri Chaisha Maneches, and a woman whose nursing needs Chetiza hair b'ma'achala. She should be careful what she eats. Shetochal devarim sheheim yafim l'chalav. She should eat things that are good for her milk, so the milk will be nutritious. Lo tokal malachim gasim roim, and not eat things that are bad for him. Sheheim roim tikuna the tikunas havlad the hakanaso, because they will be bad for the child, and they won't help him. Umizman heyoso yonik sarek shitehei das avivimo legadlo al hatorah al avoda. I guess at the time they're nursing, at the time the baby is nursing, the parents should be thinking that he will be brought up in Torah and Avoda. Yilmod b'tzad hayeled. He should come to learn. He should learn next to the child. Shetiena aznecha kashuvos l'divrei Torah. So his ears become accustomed to hearing words of Torah. Ukumaymar Rabbeinu Zichron Levracha, and is a saying of our rabbis, our blessed memory, Rabbi Yeshua ben Chananya Ashrei Yoladita, about Rabbi Yeshua ben Chana, happy is the mother who gave birth to him. Parsha Loshe Chacham, and she separated in his youth, so he become a Chacham. Shahayasa Moleches Arisaso, the Beis HaMedrash, and she would take him by the Beis HaMedrash, Dehi Ishma Divrei Torah, that he would hear words of Torah, Kmoshe Echtov Lekaman Erech Torah, we will talk about more, we talk about Torah, Uvakol Kayotze Bezeh Es Asher Bekocho Lasos Yaseh, and everybody who has it in their power to do this should do it. Kadeshi Yehavlad Bari v'chazak, so the child should become healthy and strong. Uba Torah Yischazik, can be strong in Torah, or strengthen his Torah.
Uba Torah Yischazik, yeah. Right, like we say, Chazak v'Yischazik. We finish a sefer of Chumash.
So Rabbi, how do we understand this this story? That this man comes back after many years in a reincarnation, and he's punished. What's the purpose of such a punishment? He's reincarnated. He has no idea what he did, and he's suffering in his life because of something he doesn't even know what he did. What's going on here?
Well, I don't understand. Why are you saying he doesn't know why he's being punished? Where is it? It says that somewhere? Doesn't say that.
He's reincarnated. When we're reincarnated, do we know what do we remember our previous life?
Oh, so you're assuming that he doesn't, since he's been reincarnated, he doesn't have any idea. Okay. Okay. So if so then there would be, according to what you're saying, there's no reason to anybody to get punished if they don't know what the reason is that they're being punished. Do we know today why we get punished?
Well, when something happens to us, we're
Do we-
supposed to examine our deeds, right? And try and figure out what's going on.
That's in this world. In the next world, it's a little bit too late. All there is the he has this process of purification. That it's not simply a punishment, a retribution. It's to purify him to be able to enter Olam Haba. Actually, for his good, it's soap and shampoo. And by the way, it is in this world as well, even if he doesn't understand why. Really, for his best. It's only because Hashem loves him very much, and he wants him to enjoy as large an Olam Haba as he possibly can. So it's all good.
So somehow, even though he has no idea what's going on, it benefits him.
Well, I don't know. I don't want to agree to that because I don't really know whether that's 100% true. But even if it would be true, I don't understand what the problem is. He did something. A person does something that's improper, that he should not have done. So that creates a spiritual stain in his neshama, in some component of his neshama. It has to, and we want that it should be cleansed and purified in order that he should achieve the greatest spiritual pleasure in Olam Haba. Which, if he still has this spiritual blemish on him, it's a barrier to his be able to receive that tanug of Olam Haba that he will get for the mitzvahs that he did. That's what onish is. It's not simply punishment or retribution. It has a cleansing effect, and it's really all for the best. So I'm not sure whether what's the issue of he doesn't know why what he's getting punished for. I mean, even if he doesn't, I don't know if he is. I don't know if he knows or not. But even if he doesn't, what's the problem with that? It's soap and shampoo, and it's all for the best. It's all for his best.
I'm looking for a mechanism here of how it works.
The way it works is that a person, what exactly is? I'm not following. What's lacking over here in the understanding? No, I'm not following.
Well, if something bad happens to me, and I say, you know what? This is undoubtedly a punishment that's happening because something I did in a previous life. So I'm not going to get any benefit from that thing that happened to me because I'm missing the point. I'm not examining my life and trying to figure out why, because I'm just saying, well, it came from a previous life, and I don't know what happened in my previous life. So it would seem to me that it's a way to avoid facing a problem.
A way to avoid the problem? What?
That philosophy. It's called karma in the Eastern religions. That philosophy to me seems to be damaging because it gives a person an out to not face their problems.
Oh, now I think I see where you're coming from. Okay, let me try to say over what I think you're saying over here. You're saying that if a person, when he's confronted with the Yisurim, says to himself, well, I don't have to be concerned that there's anything that I did wrong in this world, and that's the reason why I'm getting Yisurim. I didn't do anything wrong, and I don't. There's no reason for me to examine my deeds, like the Gemara in Brachas said that we learned a few months ago. Shebo Yisurim al Adam Yefashvesh b'masav. That's what the Gemara says. I don't have to do that. Why? Because the Pele Yoetz is telling me about a story about a person who got punished for something that he did in a previous life. So therefore, what I will do is I will say, yeah, the reason that I'm getting punished is for something I did in a previous life, and therefore I'll hang my hat on that, and that will and that'll be able to rationalize that I don't need to examine my deeds in this world. That's what you're saying.
That's right.
Well, that okay. I mean, obviously, that's an incorrect thing to do, but that's not what the Pele Yoetz is suggesting that a person do. I'm not sure what the. I'm not sure why you're mentioning that in regard to this story that the Pele Yoetz is saying. That's not what someone should learn out from what the Pele Yoetz says. That would be a totally improper way of getting the message from what the Pele Yoetz is saying. The Pele Yoetz is not suggesting that. All the Pele Yoetz is saying, let's just make it clear what the Pele Yoetz is saying, is that there is such a thing, and we even say it, the commentators bring it out, that when we say the Oshamnus on Yom Kippur, we even say whether I did this in this Gilgul, where I did this in another Gilgul, and we even say it in the Ribbonu Shalom every night when we go to sleep. Right, so it's clear. It's something that's public knowledge. It's something that's mentioned in the different tefillas that we say. Mention is made of this, that a person is punished for things that he did in a different life. So it's a truth. It's a reality. But to draw that conclusion that he doesn't need to examine his deeds because he'll just say in this world, because he'll just say, oh, it was probably something that I did in a previous life, so what can I do about it? And then even that is not true. Because he can that's why he's brought back in this life to fix things up. So you're saying, oh, but he doesn't know. Okay, so we don't know. We don't have people that can tell us such things today. Okay. I mean, it's not true. We see that we make mention, whether I did it in this world, whether I did it in some other life, I asked for kapora. That's our response. We don't know what we did. We can't be held responsible for something we did. We don't know what we did, but we do ask. Maybe I did this. Maybe this was something that I did in a previous life. This particular aveira. We do say this on Yom Kippur. And so, if a person understands that, so he'll seek a kapora from Hashem, even from those things. So he says, if I did so.
I understand the concept that if I do something wrong and I'm aware of it, or I become aware of it, or I receive some kind of Isurim that makes me examine my deeds, and become aware of it. And then I try to take action. I try to do tshuva that I can benefit from the punishment, from the difficulties. What I don't understand is if I don't know about it, I don't understand it, how I can possibly benefit from the suffering that comes about.
When a person receives suffering, does he know for a fact what the reason why it is that he's receiving this suffering?
Maybe not.
Obviously not.
No.
Obviously not. Unless he's a prophet, he doesn't know. So why is it that Hashem is doing that to him?
Well, if he doesn't know, if we're saying he doesn't know, why does the Gemara tell us that we should examine our deeds?
That's what he should do. That's what the Gemara is telling us. This is what Hashem wants you to do.
Isn't that in order to?
This is what Hashem wants you to do.
Isn't that in order?
He wants you to examine your deeds. He wants you to improve your actions, and perhaps before all of that, the Gemara doesn't mention this because the Gemara is not dealing with that issue. But the Gemara understands that a person, when these types of things happen, lo aleinu, we don't ask for suffering. But if so we say lo aleinu, that it shouldn't come upon us. But if a person does receive Yisurim, so the first thing he should do is to be makabel the Yisurim with Ava. That this is a soap and shampoo for him. It has the ability to be soap and shampoo for his spiritual components, his neshama. If he takes it in the right way, that Hashem is not saying I hate you, and Hashem is not saying I don't like you, but Hashem is getting the person to try to make a move and to return to him, because he loves the person and he wants the person to be close to him. And so to accept the Yisurim in that way, that's the first step. To know why it is that he's supposed to be examining his deeds. It's because Hashem loves him. And even if he doesn't know the exact reason. So the Gemara says, if you don't know the exact reason, don't say, oh, there's nothing for me to do. This is all, why is Hashem doing this to me? For I don't even know what's happening to me. What point is there in this suffering? Well, that's what the Gemara says. Examine your deeds. Think maybe there's something that you've done, and as far as in a previous life, don't get confused or distracted by that reality that it could be for that reason as well, because the Gemara tells us to examine our deeds. This is what we have to do. We just have to do what the Gemara says, and like that, we try to improve. And the idea with that, what?
Why do we examine our deeds? Is it not that
because examining our deeds is what we need to do to make our actions more suitable to Hashem and come closer to Hashem. When a person does things which are right, a person's wife he knows that his wife doesn't like him to do X, Y, and Z, and he says he doesn't care, he doesn't blah blah blah. He that's what he likes to do. So is that a sound relationship? Is that a relationship of closeness? No, it's not. So what should he do? He should try to find out what it is that his wife doesn't like him to do and what his wife likes him to do. Why? Because he wants to have a relationship. He wants to be close.
But it's only useful if he's going to make a change in himself.
Well, that's what we're talking about. First, you have to find out what it is that is the thing that you might be doing that is not the Ratzon Hashem. So that's what the Gemara says. You examine your deeds and see. Perhaps there's something that you're doing that you didn't know was an Aveira. Okay. So that's part of examining your deeds, to find out what it is that you didn't think that it was an Aveira, but it is. So that's also part of examining your deeds. But the point is, tshuva means to come back to Hashem. Tshuva means to return. It doesn't mean to just it's a way to avoid punishments. That's not tshuva. Here I'm taking the where's even in the art scroll it has this paragraph in the art scroll. Rishma Alamita.
You're looking in the Arch Pro Sitter?
Yeah. Should have after Ma'ariv. Should have Krishma Alamita. Here we go. And the very first paragraph in Krishma Alamita, in my edition, it's 288. This is a old edition. It's like a 1980 something edition. But it says, Master of the Universe, I first of all, it says I forgive anybody else who angered or antagonized me, sinned against me. So we forgive other people for what they did to us. Oh, and so in that paragraph, it says, it specifies all the different types of ways he may have sinned against me, whether against my body, whether against my property, my honor, anything else that is mine, whether he did so accidentally, willfully, carelessly, purposely, whether through speech, deed, thought, or notion, whether in this transmigration or another transmigration. I forgive him. So this is here's just one example of where we meet up with this reality that a person is his neshama. A person is a neshama, and his neshama, if it comes back from a previous life, it has blemishes. It has blemishes that need to be cleansed and rectified in this present life. That's why Hashem sent him back down another time. So that's in regard to forgiving other people. But for a person himself, we say on Yom Kippur, let's see. Oh, so we say the Oshamnu. So in the Bogadnu, this the second one starts with a base for the letter base. It's the second word that we say, corresponding to the letter base. It says Bogadnu, we've betrayed Hashem, and in addition to those things that Bogadnu starts with a base, we there's a custom from the Chidah to say other averas that a person knows or may not know that he did also start with base. And it says over here, I'm quoting from the words of the Chayodam, he says, "Im bol chas v'sholom be'ila asura yoymar balti be'ilas asuras." If a person had forbidden relationships with another woman, he should say he should do the vidui over here because it starts with B for boal, to have relations. And then he says ukvar kasavti, and I've also already mentioned shenochon lechol adam. It's proper for every person loymar kain that he should say the following thing: Shema. He'll say, "Oh, I know that I didn't do such a thing like that. Baruch Hashem, I didn't do anything like that." Says the Chayodam, it's nevertheless proper for every person to say this: Shema chata bezeh begilgul acher. Maybe he did such a thing in a different Gilgul. Does he know? No, he doesn't know. Oh, so that means he's how can Hashem demand that he pay any attention to such a thing? Apparently, we see from the Chayodam that this is something that someone should pay attention to, because he cares about the tara of his neshama, and therefore he seeks kapara on something even that was done in a different Gilgul, because he's interested in being clean and being pure, even if it's something that would happen in a different Gilgul. Okay, I see we've gone over. Wow, way over. Okay. All right, so we let everybody go that has to go right now.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Asher koyach to everybody. Asher koyach for the question. And we'll be back, Bez Hashem.